Hey everybody, it's UndoneLyric, and man, I have so much stuff to talk to you about, but this is a very short domination match. It's like 6 minutes long, because we just completely murked on him. And this gun in the infield is a BAMF. If you don't know what a BAMF is, go Google it. I'm going to switch my clan tag to BAMF, and I'm going to stick it on that infield, because that is one of the best guns that I've seen. And that I've used in a while, I should say. I would put it up within the top guns. I would call this a noob gun, honestly, from what I've been doing with it. But I think any gun could be a noob gun if you learn how to use it. I mean, I've seen people, you know, like me. I can't use the Uzi. I never use the gun, but I know other people that do use the Uzi. They've used it and they've gotten good gameplays with it. But that's the key: is they use it. They know how to use it. That's with any gun in the game. It's a little lesson for you guys. But today I want to talk to you a little bit more about how to get views, how to get partnership, and the wrong way to approach help, okay? And I think this is going to take up most of the commentary. I actually have a bunch of stuff in here, but I think this subject alone, I'll probably label this video this. So, alright, look. I'm going to talk to you first about the wrong way to approach for help. Alright, now this is going to be the wrong way to approach for help. You don't want to send people messages like, hey, subscribe to my channel, or, you know, if someone sends you a friend request, don't send them a message like, I'm not going to accept your friend request unless you subscribe to me, okay? That just comes off very bad, okay? If anything, you want to put out good positivity vibes on YouTube, because people respond to that. People don't respond to negativity unless that's like your thing, okay? There's exceptions to every rule, okay? I mean, some people have a thing where they're just like completely negative, but it's kind of funny. Okay, kind of like Dr. Disrespect, for example. Okay, he's like, I wouldn't say it's completely negative, but he's like, he kind of acts like really cocky, but it's kind of funny because he's like, I'm gonna be a douchebag, blah blah blah, you know. So, you know, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. I don't know. So, anyways, oh man, I'm trying to like move along here. Blah. Okay. So that's really the wrong way to approach it. Don't be spammy. Don't say like, oh, look at my new video. Like, yeah, you can get views like that. But that is small picture, guys. Small picture. You're not going to get very many views off that. You may get more than you're used to getting, but not enough to get you out there. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about how to get more views. Then we'll get into partnerships, okay? Now, this is how realistically to get more views. There are several ways to do this. One, you can cheat, okay, and you can pay for views, which is retarded, okay? Because then you always have to pay for your views on your videos, and that sucks, okay? And then you don't get realistic comments, you don't get any of that stuff. Alright, so that's one way to do it, but I think it's really dumb, okay? Now, there's another way to do it. You can also try to network with people. This is probably the key to really getting views, other than the fact of, you know, coming out with a unique type of topic if you're going to be doing Call of Duty videos, okay? Now, you know, your unique topic could be, you know, like right now I'm doing exposing the top commentator series. That's just something I just kind of pulled out of my ass and was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's sort of like what I did with that. So yeah, so you know, there's so many things that you can try to do to get more videos. Title your videos about what you're actually talking about. You know, don't be talking about some big movie star and then you know, label your video Black Ops Epic Gameplay Montage or something, you know, because as soon as it's not what people think it is, boom, they're off your video faster than poo, okay? So, and then use the suggested tags. I can't tell you how useful the suggested tags are when you're posting up a video. They help out phenomenally. Now, partnerships. This is the meat and potatoes. This is what everyone's looking for on YouTube. I want to get partnered. I want to make a bunch of money on YouTube. Let's do this, man. Alright. Now, there's things you need to know that you don't know about partnerships. You're like, what? What do you mean? Okay. So, maybe you do know about this, and you're listening to the video, and you're like, I already know, man. I'm going to dislike this video now. That's fine. You can go ahead and dislike the video if you like. But, you know, at the same time, okay. Partnerships. This is a tricky thing here, okay? When you're doing a Call of Duty commentary, you can't just walk up to YouTube and say, hey, I want you to pay me for my Black Ops gameplays, okay? They're not going to do it. Why? Because odds are if you're not I don't want to say this exactly, but if you're not somebody who has a partnership, or I mean isn't networked with like a big company like Machinima or something like that, they're not going to partner you. Why? Well, technically it's not legal, okay? It's actually copyright infringement to post gameplays, okay? It is copyright infringement. Now, how do you get around this? How do you get? Because YouTube's not going to pay you for copyrighted material. It won't happen. They will send you a generic message saying that you are lacking unique content. Okay. So how do you get around this? Well, you can either. There's two ways of doing this. There's literally two ways to do this. You can either go straight to Activision, get a hold of somebody somewhere, and ask them about obtaining rights to the franchise of Call of Duty. Okay. And I don't know what it costs. I don't know what's all involved with. I don't know if you get lawyers or whatever. But that is what you got to do. You have to obtain rights. And then you have to produce documents to YouTube showing them that you have rights to post all these gameplays and all this stuff. And you have legal documentation from Activision to do this. In that case, they will say, okay, here's your partnership. Have fun. All right. Now, the other way is obviously to go through a bigger company like Machinima, Yoush Gaming, all that stuff. All right. Now, what you got to do basically is you pretty much transfer ownership into that company's name. They own your channel. Okay. It's not your channel anymore. They own your channel. They get paid from all the views you get, and they give you a percentage of the money you make, and that's how they make their money. See how this works? So this is the nitty-gritty and what people don't usually tell you about partnerships and views. So that's the end of the gameplay, guys. I'm sorry my recording messed up, but have a great day.